am the culprit, yes? Kanade, okay, Kanade. Baby girl, you are the culprit. Take the L and just shut the fuck up. How did I murder Setsuka? Quite an unsolvable mystery, yes? Yes, why isn't anyone answering? Yes, come on, answer me. Yes. Oh god, Kanade? Well... This is my breaking point. Bye, guys. Nope! She's not real, she can't hurt you. Kanade Otonokoji is not real, she can't hurt you. Kanade Otonokoji is not real, she can't hurt you. She's still on my screen! What is that? Is that Sprite? What is that? What is that? What is this? Well, let's dissect this Sprite really quickly, yeah. Welcome to Ghost ASMR for this session. Kanade is, possesses rabies, clearly. One of her eyes is, red sans undertale, and the other is... The other one is an eye of void. Clearly, that's the eye that void keeps, that void characters show after they are outed. I don't know if that means anything, probably not. I don't think Kanade is a void per se. I just think she is batshit insane. I just think she has a serious mental problem. I just think I should play hide and seek with her. I hide and she seeks professional help. I am fucking terrified. This is not your normal everyday scary. This is not even Kokichi or Kinjo level scary. Kanade has just set a new bar for scary within the Danganronpa tier list. Nagito, scary. Kokichi, terrifying. Kinjo is in the realm of man-made horrors beyond comprehension. Kanade is a Lovecraftian horror entity. What is this? Let's keep going before I lose my fucking mind. Even further, I don't need this. I don't. You cannot carry the hands! You cannot hide the corpse near the ghost house! I was with you all throughout the entire parade! Explain to me how the hell did I manage to kill Setsuka despite all these alibis and move the damn corpse, anyone? Yes? Shobai? Sora? Yuki? Anyone? Come on, let's hear it! Kanade, you're scaring me. Oh, my dear sis. Relax, there's no way I'm the culprit. You're not the culprit either. We're completely innocent, so there's nothing to worry about. I'll solve everything for you, I will. They spoke another word. Was it because we were intimidated by the sheer insanity of Kanade? Partially that, but Kanade wasn't just raging upon us without any logic. It was completely different from the breakdowns of all the other culprits. There were simply just too many contradictions to point her as the culprit. Even if she really was the culprit, her defense against that truth was too hard for us to break. This trial's fucking insane, dude. I dare say it, this might be the best trial in all of Danganronpa so far. It's crazy. It's so good. It's so good. It has no right being this good. My, cat got your tongue. Everyone, try to focus. Maybe we've all missed some sort of clue. I don't want to die just as much as you guys, so let's start this over again. Now let's put our heads together on this. It's impossible. There are too many contradictions if we assume Kanade is the culprit. Maybe Kanade really isn't the culprit, and of course me too. Wait, what about the deal with the sleeping pills? If Kanade wasn't the one who drank the coffee, then who was it? I honestly think it's possible that Sora could have lied about this. We only have Sora's words to back it up, right? What if Sora was lying? Then there goes my account's credibility again. As if you had any credibility to begin with. But isn't that the only thing that made Kanade... That isn't the only thing that made Kanade suspicious. Not to mention, Kanade didn't outright deny the fact about the sleeping pills. I have no idea what's going on, and who's right or wrong. Shobai, any ideas? I thought you saw me as shit. Now you're running back to me because you're out of ideas? Well, the main problem is how the culprit was able to move the corpse to the ghost house. If we think about the whole timeline, the concept of hiding the corpse in Block A is entirely impossible. Still, they must have used the monorails. But we missed something here, something... Oh, I got it. I know the culprit. It's Mikado. Iroha, baby girl. You're the cutest thing ever. Behind Kanata. But Mikado cannot use magic for murders. He keeps talking about the school rules preventing him from using magic, but who knows if that rule is actually fake? Iroha, might I kindly ask what the... Holy... That is amazing. What the actual fuck? That's fantastic. Give me a second. I need to screenshot this shit. I'm gonna send a bunch of these later. Alright, sorry guys, give me just a sec. Alright. I don't know if you guys can hear the construction work outside, but I literally cannot record without the window open, so bear with it, please. Or maybe there was a secret passage that they used to transport the corpse. We've already been there. Iroha, maybe it's best that you stay quiet. Don't lose your focus, Iroha. That's not a theory. That's just your delusions. But... I can understand where she's coming from. There really is no logical way that this could have happened. Teleported inside. Secret passageway? The ghost house was shaped like... Shobai? I got it! There is a way. There is a way that Kanade Otonokoji can move the corpse. Really? What is it? The problem is solved if you can move the corpse inside the ghost house without using the gates. And there is one passageway in the ghost house that matches this condition. And where's that? That's the fireplace! That's it! There is one thing, that one thing inside the ghost house. If we could pinpoint that. The fireplace! I was wondering when we would use it. That's why the pieces of the corpse are bruised. They fell all the way from up top. Right? No, wait. How would they get up there? No way, right? It has to be this, right? So I was right, but how did they get up there? The chimney. What? Shobai, are you perhaps referring to the chimney? There was a fireplace at the ghost house. There's a fireplace. That means there was a chimney that connects it outside. Bingo. If you throw the corpse through the chimney, the corpse would get thrown down to the fireplace. If the fire was put out, it wouldn't stand out, and it would be near the altar as well. Huh? The chimney? You're kidding me, right? What an astounding turn of events. By throwing the corpse in through the chimney during the parade, you don't have to hide them beforehand. You can enter empty-handed at 9:42 after the white-haired girl leaves the ghost house. The corpse is already in the fireplace, so you just have to move them to the altar and flood the place with the blood bags. Just in case, did you search the fireplace when you were investigating the ghost house? No, I didn't think that Setsuko was dead at that time. So I investigated places that a living human being could naturally be. Not to mention that it was especially dark near the fireplace. Alright, so no contradictions there. How's this, twins? A new challenge for you. Let's see you sing and dance around this one. This case is absolutely insane. And I immediately know already which one it is. Through the corpse inside through the chimney. Alright. Is that actually possible? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's absolute nonsense, says Kanade. There weren't any clues left. Well, we don't even have to discuss the clues. Do you have any idea how tall the ghost house is? How would you throw a corpse into a place that high? I mean, she's right. That's like my main issue. The culprit rode a plane or something. I honestly agree with that. That is a bit too far. Alright, yeah, it's the plastic bag then. It's not the bruise, but it's the plastic bag. Sorry, Kanade. Facts and logic just broke you. I still haven't forgotten that sprite, but I choose not to talk about it. Wait a second. About that fireplace. There was a suspicious black plastic bag near the fireplace. I'm not sure what that could be, but I'm positive it wasn't there from the start. Plastic bags near the fireplace. What's the deal with that? If we deduce it based on Shobai's theory, that bag would probably be the one that contained the body parts. The fireplace was always lit, at least until the culprit turned it off. If that bag was there before, it would have long burnt away. So the bag was put there after the fire was put off. In other words, the day of the crime. There is other evidence that they threw the corpse through the chimney. The ghost house is pretty higher than you think. If the corpse fell through that high of a height, there must be some traces left on the body. And there we go, the body is bruised. The culprit threw the corpse onto a place that high. The corpse would definitely have some traces of it. The evidence is, the body is bruised. You're talking about the bruises on the corpse, right, Shobai? You bet! Bruises? While Setsuka's body was cutting to pieces, each piece had some trace of bruises. It even said so in the monochrome file. If the body fell straight through the roof like Shobai said, it would be natural that there would be a few broken bones here and there. Conversely, there would be no explanation for those bruises if it didn't fall through the chimney. The murder weapon was something sharp, so it's highly unlikely that those bruises would have occurred otherwise. What nonsense are you on about? The chimney? You guys said it yourself. The ghost house is pretty tall. Considering the inclination of the building, it would be impossible to even climb up the damn thing. So how would someone manage that? I honestly have to agree. After all, the ghost house is the tallest building out of everything in Block A. There's no other place taller than the ghost house, then how would you manage to throw something onto the top of it? There is one place you can reach higher than the ghost house. What? It's a place aforementioned in my theory. The monorail. The monorails go right past the ghost house roof. Are you seriously suggesting that they threw the corpse while riding on the monorails? No, I'm not suggesting it. It's the only possible way. I'm sorry, but this isn't a fantasy world. Or would you like me to get you incarnated in another world? Yeah, about that. I have someone otherworldly right next to me. I'm not a fantasy creature. Treating me in such a way is a cruel and insensitive act that ignores everything I've done so far. Not to be that guy here, but I think it's impossible too. The monorail is pretty slow, granted, but it is still a moving device. If they miss the shot, all would go to waste. Would they risk that kind of a shot on a moving platform? Sorry. We'll throw the corpse at the chimney when the monorail gets past it. Is this truly possible for a human being? And a high schooler of all people? Yeah! Didn't Hibiki said she was really good at shooting things? If there's any proof that this was possible for Kanade, then Shobai's theory would basically be confirmed. Let's trace our memories back. Let's recall any memory of Kanade's physical abilities. Yes! I know how it works. You know, guys, I'm actually gonna cheat a little because I had some trouble last time. I'm just gonna take a screenshot of the screen. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm here for the trial itself and like the interactions between characters and how the plot progresses. So I hope you don't mind if I get past this, especially because I already know the answer as well. I already know the answers. Sorry for a bit. There we go. Alright, let's go. Well, this one is the one I saw. Alright. Hibiki's remark. Right. Thank you for having most of it done. Alright. I usually don't do this, but this one is a weird one, so I'm fine with it. This trial is really long too. Oh yeah, there is proof. It might have been possible to throw the corpse into the chimney for Kanade. What? Really? Hibiki. Hibiki, listen to me. What? You told me on the first day on the third island, at the casino, remember? That Kanade's accuracy is impeccable. She always hits her target. That one time, she even scored a goal from the school rooftop onto the sports ground basketball ring. I thought that the casino is the best place to make profit out of. I know. That's why Kanade is throwing the darts. What does that have to do with anything? Lo and behold, Kanade here is actually the semi-ultimate thrower. Darts are child's play to her. Oh, never knew she had such a talent. Kanade's amazing. One time she even scored a goal from the school rooftop onto the sports ground basketball rim. Is that even possible? Wait, if it is... Yes, throwing a corpse into a chimney while on a monorail should be a piece of cake. I never knew Kanade had such an ability. Is that really true, Hibiki? Well, it is true. Kanade has always... Shut up, Hibiki! Huh? You should have just kept quiet. What are you getting flustered for? Your reaction just gave credibility to what your sis said. Come to think of it, Kanade looked a little flustered with that remark. At that time, I thought it was because she couldn't keep up with Hibiki's pace. But thinking back now, she might have already thought of this plan way back then. Way back then? That was a few days ago. So she was already planning to murder someone even then? That would mean that Kanade thought of this trick as soon as she understood the structure of the theme park. Aren't you the scary type? If that's true, then it's actually possible for Kanade to commit the murder. There is one piece of evidence we haven't seen yet, which is the penicillin. Actually, the only one who has those abilities amongst us is Kanade. So the murder would be impossible for anyone other than Kanade. Kanade? Stupid sis. Oh, sure, I'll let that pass. It doesn't matter, really. Even if I had used that method to move the corpse inside the ghost house, the monorail was active during 6 to 7. The only time possible for the culprit to throw the corpse. But have you all forgotten? That time was when the parade was going on. Oh, that's right. Come to think of it. Kanade watched the parade with us. So it wouldn't make sense for her to also be on the monorail throwing corpses at that time. We ourselves are the witnesses. Wait, that means we're stuck again? Shall I make another mistake? Wait, but Miss Little Sis didn't deny the chimney theory. To be honest, the reaction she just showed wasn't something from a totally innocent person. I'm not the culprit. I just didn't feel the need to object every single detail. I have an alibi after all. It seems we've hit yet another roadblock. Huh. If we're gonna act like that, two can play at that game. Everything would make sense if she is able to ride the monorail at that time, right? I told you, I was watching the parade. The others there are all witnesses. But was that really you? What do you mean? Stupid shit. You got fooled once last time. This is literally the same trick, dickheads. Last time, you mean Emma disguised herself as Kokoro? That's right, Bubblehead. Don't you all get it by now? Recall who I suspected as an accomplice when I accused Kanade Otonokoji. It can't be. Hibiki disguised herself as Kanade? What? No, wait, it isn't entirely impossible. It actually makes sense. Hibiki and Kanade are identical twins. A bit of disguise and no one would be able to tell them apart. Hibiki doesn't have an alibi today, so if she was disguised as Kanade, then the person without an alibi throughout the day today was actually Kanade. You should double check this just in case. See, this was the original theory I had. That Kanade had Hibiki disguise herself. And Hibiki disguised herself as herself, basically. But it wasn't like this, because in the meantime a lot has happened and a lot was wrong, but still, let's keep going. Has anyone seen Hibiki even once after morning? Nobody? I hope that you're not just ignoring me this time. The case had already started this morning. Of course, no one has seen them. They basically switched their alibis through disguise. The first time we saw Kanade after breakfast was during the parade. So the Kanade we met there was probably Hibiki. The real Kanade was riding the monorails, moving the corpse. Admit it, Kanade Otonokoji, you're not just some ordinary high schooler. You're smart, cunning, and careful, even more so than me. Beats me why such a talented girl is in a band for some reason. But you left your guard down. You let your guard down. Sure, you've put up a pretty high wall, but you've left some holes here and there. Well, my turn is over. It's yours now. Any rebuttals? I haven't had such a battle like that in ages. It was honestly a bit fun. Though it hurts my pride that I had to get some help from the likes of you all to get along the way. So you're admitting that? I thought you would like to take all the credit. I told you, I'm a calculative guy. We all die a happy death if I make a mistake while I'll stubbornly press on with my theory. It's much more efficient to give up your pride and put your brains together in these cases. think that you'd be on the same wavelength as us. I think this is the first time you've spoken this much. But it doesn't change the fact that you were all hopeless as shit until I took over the stage. Yeah! Shobai kind of saved us. You had to rub it in. Kanade? So let me get this straight. The one watching the parade was actually Sis. And I was actually on the monorails, yes? And while the monorail went past the ghost house, I threw the corpse into the chimney. Congratulations! You've gotten everything wrong. Another rebuttal? Please, would you give me a break? You're definitely the culprit here. If you lack the brains to think, then don't talk at all. People like you are the reason the term trash journalism exists. Oof! What did you just... Finally, someone who knows how to put up a real fight. Come at me. Shobai is just enjoying this, and I'm here for it. This is awesome. Now, I'm going to start with the throwing corpse part and go through everything from there. Setsuka's dismembered body consisted of the head, the torso, each hand's arms, legs, and the feet. So, 10 pieces altogether. Now, here's a simple question. How many times did the monorail go past the ghost house during its 1 hour run? What? You're not seriously suggesting that I threw all 10 pieces at once in one go, are you? The monorail is quite slow, but it's still as fast as a speeding bike. To summarize it, you can only throw one piece at a time each time you go past the ghost house. According to Shobai's theory, the culprit starts off at Block C to ride the one heading to Block A, right? They throw their first piece here, and after 15 minutes where it takes a round trip, they throw the next one. They throw each piece at each round trips at the 30, 45, and 60-minute mark. Wait, who would have guessed it? Our precious hour has already passed with 4 round trips. And the monorail isn't active for the next hour. What are we to do with the remaining 6 pieces? How are we to explain this? Well... She definitely makes a point. The idea of throwing a corpse into the chimney was remarkable, but the number of throws needed was far too much. You have a much bigger problem at hand, really. Throwing the corpse inside the chimney is actually impossible for a different reason. Sure, the legs, arms, and hands and feet are small enough to fit inside the passageway, and the head, well, you have a relatively small head, so let's let that pass. What about the torso? You really think that her torso would be able to fit inside that small of a chimney? Is it not possible? Her torso is missing an abdomen, right? Then wouldn't have fit without it? You can't break the joints to fit any other piece of the body, but you can't do so with the torso. Not to mention that her chest area was particularly larger than anyone else. Ah. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. That part we surely get stuck halfway through. So you're gonna play that card, huh? Then you can just move the torso separately. You know, through the gates as normal. But how? The reason we're talking about this damn chimney theory is because passing through the gates is practically impossible, remember? If you want to prove this theory, you need to be able to move each and every body part through the chimney. With whatever reasoning we throw Kanade, she vigorously defends back. If we can penetrate through this defense, we won't be able to accuse her as the culprit. As Shobai admitted, we can't win against Kanade alone. We can't win against Kanade alone. Let's think through this together. Another non-stop debate. Oh, this case, dude. It has to be the pins. Oh, fuck. I keep opening Shadowplay by accident. The torso does not fit in the chimney. That's true. In other words, you would need to move the torso in a different way. Of course, such a way doesn't exist. Not true. You could have just taken the torso separately. When Kanade is busy throwing corpses, Hibiki moves the ghost house with the torso. Possible I was watching the parade then. That is true. If that was Ceaseless in Disguise, at least one of us needs to watch the parade. But then by that logic, who was the person that watched the parade? Hit it somewhere in Block A. Okay. You can only throw 4 pieces total. Oh, why did I press it? I'm stupid. I'm sorry. We're out of any options. Okay. There are no other ways to move the torso. Alright. I am not the culprit in conclusion. Okay, no. I know what to point. Okay. Is this really a contradiction? What are we doing wrong? Okay. That's not it. Okay. Then what is it? Could it be? I know. I know. I was thinking this wrong. The pins are definitely used for something. But the dolls are empty, aren't they? Yep. How much more? I like this, but Jesus Christ. No, Kanade, there is a way to move the torso without throwing it into the chimney. Moreover, by doing this, you could also move the torso from block C to A without getting caught. Does such a way really exist? Impossible, there is no such way. Well, there is. It's by using the parade dolls. Parade dolls? This was just a spark of an idea, but the dolls move on their own, and they are empty inside. So if you put the torso inside the dolls of the storehouse at block C before the parade, the torso will automatically get set with the parade without gathering suspicion. Heh, I'm impressed, Whitey! So that was what I was going to say. In addition to what she said, the torso would inevitably arrive at block A storehouse after the parade, which was exactly the place Kanade Otonokoji was supposed to investigate during her search. Oh, so she had a way to retrieving it back. And the torso was hiding inside the storehouse. In the 6-minute gap between 7:36 when Sora left and 7:42, she went back inside the ghost house during this time to retrieve the torso. My throat is hurting. Yeah, in addition to that, Hibiki Otonokoji was probably hiding in the storehouse as well. When the white-haired gang started to search Block A, that girl headed straight to the storehouse and switched places with the real Kanade Otonokoji. After that, the littler shit confirms that Albino left the ghost house and signals this to her sisters using the handbook. And the little shit, who was standing by with the torso in the storehouse, heads straight to the ghost house. Meanwhile, the littler shit returns to the white-haired gang. We previously thought that 6 minutes would be too short of a time to move the cords between the storehouse and the ghost house. However, that was because we considered moving all the body pieces. If it was just the torso, it would have definitely been possible. Amazing, Sora! And so what? As previously mentioned, the monorail only passes through the ghost house for a time span of an hour. We have 5 more body pieces to take care of, even excluding the torso. How are we to move this? Well? Yeah, about your crap about the monorails? You mean 7 times, not 4, you little lying shit. What? How come? It takes 15 minutes for a round trip, and the monorail becomes inactive after 1 hour. There are 2 different kinds of the monorail, one for each direction. To go past the ghost house, you need to take the track between block A and C. Simply said, if you transfer between the 2 monorails to ride only the track between block A and C, there is no need for a full round trip. What? Wait, huh? Wait, how did the order and direction of the monorails go again? Hold on a sec, I had it written down just in case. Here it is. At every other hour, the monorail starts at they start both at B, right? Yeah. At block B and goes along the path of BAC. And 5 minutes later, another monorail takes its departure towards the other direction. Hold on, so if we draw up the timetable... Quit wasting time! Here, give me that. I'll draw it for you. Yep. Now you get what I mean? The focal point here is starting from 6. The culprit was standing by with the corpse at the Block C station. With the train heading to Block A at 6:10, she rides it to Block A. Here she will go past the ghost house for the first time, and she throws one of the pieces here. 1 down. She arrives at Block A at 6:15 and waits 5 minutes on the platform for the train heading on the opposite direction. When it eventually arrives, she rides it back to Block C. During that time, she passes through the ghost house again. 2 down. Yeah. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. So it's 7. I get it. Block C again at this time the train shield transfer has already arrived. She transfers right away to Block A, 3 down. If you repeat this process... Well, do I need to go any further? You all got it now. You all got it by now, right? He's right. Using this method, you can go past the ghost house a total of 7 times. And the last train arrives at Block 8 at exactly 7. Perhaps Kanata even took this into account when choosing the crime scene. You see, I made a mistake. So it seems like you would be able to throw the 7 corpse pieces through the chimney. But what difference does it make? Even with the torso carried by the parade dolls, that still leaves 2 remaining body pieces. Quite a mystery, yes? What happened to those 2 pieces, yes? Just how did I move them, yes? Answer me! Can't you fit the 2 pieces with the torso inside the parade dolls? Even if the storehouse is a bit far away, I'm sure 6 minutes is enough to manage 2 additional body pieces. I doubt it. Her torso is quite large and heavy after all. What about the small parts of the body like hands and feet? It's pretty possible. Hands? Yes, that's it! The 2 remaining pieces should definitely be hands. What do you mean? Think about it. Iroha saw Hibiki entering the ghost house between 5:55 and 5:57. That means she used Setsuka's handbook, which means that she had Setsuka's hand needed to turn the handbook on. So the remaining 2 hands were carried by Miss Older Sis herself. Hold on, that's right before the parade. Hibiki was disguised as Kanade. She would have to meet up with us right after, so she wouldn't even have the time to hide the hands. That means she had the hands with her when she was with us. That's exactly the problem, bro. If she had, then we would have definitely noticed them. Finally, some sensible logic. You were most absolutely right. Even if it was my sis that was with you during that parade, no one knows the whereabouts of those hands during that time. You finally see the contradictions. No, it might actually not be a contradiction. Sora? I have a hunch on where that hand could have actually been. Sora? Perhaps you are under the false impression that you're smart just because you're able to tag along with Shirai's theory. Oh, here it is again. You're just a disgusting parasite that's always leeching off someone else's ideas and theories. That sheer arrogance in your face is as if you've figured out something on your own. It's disgusting. Would you please stay out of my sight before I throw up at the sight of your disgusting face? No, Kanade. We'll see just who's being arrogant here. This should be Kanade's final line of defense. Break through this and we might be able to end this trial once and for all. Determined talk shooting? Yo, hi! That's actually a pretty cool outfit though. That voice actress is fantastic. I fucked up. I'm going into gamer mode, guys, so I'm just not gonna speak for a bit. Alright, that's one. Here we go. Oh, I see it. Did I fuck this up? Oh, give me a second, guys. How handy dandy that the game stops when I click out of it. At least for this once. I had to go say hi to some folks, but all right, we're going back into gamer mode. Is this even possible without Setsuka's skill? Like, it seems impossible without it. Alright, no guitar for you. They will never find out. I see it. Alright, here we go. Let's see what we got. This is it. There we go. I really don't like both the sprite and the sound that was made. But yeah, Kanade was the culprit and I fucking knew it from the start. All that's left, I think, is big reveal. Her chest. She must have hidden Setsuka's hands inside her clothes, or should I say on her chest. Her chest? Even if Hibiki looks identical to Kanade, they're not completely the same, particularly their body shape is different. The Kanade we saw at the parade was identical to Kanade to the point where it's almost unbelievable that it was actually Hibiki. Then we can assume that she probably used some object to correct her body shape. And you're saying that the objects used were Setsuka's hands? Yes, considering the black plastic bags near the fireplace, they probably used those to carry the corpse pieces. If you wrap the hands around with multiple plastic bags and hold it inside your clothes, you could not only carry the hands without suspicion while also correcting your body shape. You could even make a small hole in the bag so that the fingerprints would be exposed, so that you can open the handbook just by putting it inside your clothes. Using this method, you can even freely use Setsuka's handbook to manipulate the ghost house gate records. I see. If she didn't use the hands to correct her size, there must have been some evidence of some other object being used, which there wasn't. But how in the world did you come up with that idea? Well, Kanade said a while ago, gave me inspiration. She said if you put it in your clothes, it would stick out and cause suspicion, right? But if it was a Hibiki using it to disguise into Kanade, it would seem natural. In fact, she actually needed the hands to stick out for the disguise to work. Sora, I must say I'm impressed. But do you have any evidence that my sis had those bloody damn hands on her breasts? Jesus. If you simply just wrap it in plastic bags, people would soon notice, even if you move it just a little. Evidence that Hibiki used the hands on her breasts. I didn't notice them during the investigation. That item was probably used here. I mean, I guess now it's the pins. Because, like, it's literally the only thing left, and I don't think penicillin was it, so, yeah. I do have proof, Kanade. These were pins found near the ghost house, presumably used to fix something in place. We got her. It's over. GG. No easy ratio. My rug is always not being straight at the worst possible times. Sorry, guys. Let's keep going. I wonder about its existence during the investigation, but I know exactly why it was there. Those pins were used to hold the hands and the clothes tied by pinning them together. And she threw them away just like that? Girl, are you a genius or an idiot? Make up your mind. It was probably because the older sis needed to quickly undisguise herself before entering the ghost house, sorry. Undisguised? I thought Hibiki disguised herself when she was leaving the pool. If the disguise itself was used to carry the hands, why would she suddenly undisguise herself in front of the ghost house? Moron, you have Bubblehead to thank for that. Recall who she saw entering into the ghost house. Stop calling me Bubblehead. It's kind of an adorable nickname, though. It was definitely Hibiki. I know they're similar, but their hairstyles and hairpins differ after all. For Kanade to make Hiroha suspicious, she needed to Hiroha to witness Hibiki, not Kanade. So she must have thrown away the pins there. I don't know anything about that. Hibiki has just been a non-participant, and I feel so bad for her. Because Kanade really took advantage of her. So when we were watching the parade, we had Setsuka's severed hands right next to us. Ugh. That's horrifying. Kanade, we have solved all three of the contradictions that you have presented. The monorail's time schedule, the transportation of the body, and carrying the two hands. I believe there aren't any contradictions left. I don't want to continue this trial any longer. Just please admit to it already. Stupid sis, she ruined it all. Giving out a conclusive testimony, throwing away the pins. I could almost laugh at her stupidity. Alright. Yes, I am the culprit. As I thought, ever since I saw Setsuka's body. So it really was Kanade. So you finally admit to it. If it was just me, it would have been a perfect crime. But trying to use Sis as an accomplice ended up getting me caught. Hey, don't be disappointed. Have some confidence. You were amazing. There aren't many people that have smarter brains than you, even in my world. I can guarantee you at least that. You honestly think that would make me feel better? That aside, I have something to ask of Kanade. From the looks of Hibiki in this trial, her memory loss was genuine, right? If Sis didn't have that trait, I wouldn't have even tried to use her as an accomplice. Even without any memory, she's this stupid. He would have to be an even bigger idiot than her to use my moron of a Sis as an accomplice while she was herself. Aww. But then... Never mind. You've already admitted to your crimes after all. It hurts me to say this. I think this is the first time that my crime has ever been exposed. I'm sorry, what? What did you just say? The first time her crime was exposed? Are we dealing with a serial killer? What's that supposed to mean? Whatever. What does all that matter now? Let's end this now with our votes. Ooh, astounding. This class trial was a series of intense battles between you that surpassed any trials before. Abso-fucking-lutely. This was... Yeah, no, not even close. This is my favorite trial in the entire series so far. As the teacher and the judge, I must say this was very interesting. Well, now that you've reached the answer, it's time to see if that answer is the truth. Nevermore would there be a trial like this, but it's time to reach out to the truth. Reach out to the truth. I'm sure I need to put that there as a reference to Persona 4. Now then, vote for the culprit with the switch in front of you. Will that answer be the truth or not? Now. That is the culprit. Wait. Something's wrong. Wait! Wait, everyone, wait a minute. Don't vote just yet. Whoa, you startled me, Sora. Not this again. What now? What's the matter, Sora? I was about to push the button. Well, what's the matter indeed? Kanade herself admitted it. The case has been solved. There shouldn't be anything wrong. But what is this feeling? I can't shove off this feeling that I shouldn't let the trial end like this. As if some unknown force is behind me. What's this unsettling feeling? I wonder. What is that unknown force, Sora? Shoei. What? Sorry. I want to ask you, as the person who almost single-handedly solved this case, are you sure we're going to be fine ending the trial with Kanade as the culprit? What? I have no reasons. I don't even know myself why I'm doing this. But I'm not just saying this. I'm serious more than ever right now. Sora? Are you alright? You seem a bit weird right now. I don't think Kanade's the culprit. What? What? I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. We didn't do climax freezing, sure, and there's one more piece of evidence that we're missing. Oh no, you're not gonna tell me Hibiki is the fucking culprit, are you? What in tarnation? Sora, what are you on about? Even I'm confused right now. Oh, the thing is... I'm sorry, I don't know what I was on about. Sora, perhaps the long trial has taken a toll on you. You look tired after all. Right, I mean, the case is basically over right now. Please, just once more. Let's discuss this just once more. We've missed something. I feel like we've missed something very important. But there's literally nothing more to talk about. Not true. We haven't used one piece of evidence. The penicillin. Although I can't give up good reason, please believe me. I beg of you. Even if you say so. No, do what the girl says. Shobai? I thought it was over as well. But there's something left. We need to discuss that something. I mean, for me, you're basically extending my life a bit, so I don't mind. But as the culprit, I don't know what there's left to do. No, I cannot live with Kanade still alive. It's Hibiki, isn't it? No, it is Hibiki. No way! It is Hibiki! Hibiki's the real culprit! It just dawned on me. Kanade did this for her sister. Yeah, Kanade was the mastermind behind the entire setup, but Hibiki killed her. That has to be the only explanation that's valid here for Sora to stop, the vote like this. No fucking way Kanade's gonna survive after this. No shot. That's the culprit. I don't know what there's left to do. Sazi, is Kanade not the culprit? I don't know, but I know I shouldn't let the trial end this way. I'm gonna trust Sazi. I hope it doesn't end with yours. Honestly, I cannot grasp the reality of this situation. I don't have any memory of today Kanade killing Suka. And I helped that? I don't want to believe any of that. So even if I'm terrified, I'm gonna trust Kanade once more. Kanade is my sister after all. What? Seriously, what is going on with this trial? I don't know, man. I'm just as confused as you fucking are. What is happening? Sora, you know what? I don't know what's going on, but I'm on Sora's side. Me too. I'm going to trust Sora. A little more discussion isn't going to hurt anyone after all. I'm telling you, it's a waste of time. I honestly can't understand the logic behind all this. I don't know what I have done, nor do I know if it was the right thing to do. Well, if some force other than my own consciousness was controlling my decisions. I imagine a certain someone doesn't want to die just yet. It might be troubling everyone with a random thought that had no basis. I might be troubling her, but still I cannot go against this force, and all that's left for me is to follow it. There's a scrum debate, okay. I don't think there's ever been a scrum debate this late into a class trial. Give me just a second, I need to check Discord because there's a bunch of pings. Why? Alright, hold up. Alright, sorry. Let's keep going. I do know how this works, so let's go. I do know how this works. Let's go. Dude, if it's a Bicky, I'm gonna be so upset. Oh, Hibiki's... Wait, what? Why is Kanade on the other? Okay, weird, but I'll take it, I guess. Yuki and Shinji being on opposite sides, too. And Shobai being on our side for the first time. She's not the culprit, she's the... Why is... Oh, because Kanade says basic. Okay, let's see. Okay. And the culprit, when I admitted it. Okay, every trick. I missed one, but that's fine. Some unsolved tricks left. I believe in Sora. What is wrong with you guys? We won't know for sure until we actually discuss the matter. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Next. We have any other theories? Teruya! Otori-san. Alright. The third party. Third party my ass. Quit your bullshit. Nice. Just easy. There are no other suspects, however, we cannot end the trial like this. Trust me, okay. So we missed one. That's fine. There we go, that's all of them. Hibiki-san. Alright, yeah. Just speedrun through this. Now everything is properly lining up. Actually, no. Hashimoto-san. That's the first time we've heard that. Let's go. I'm so dumbfounded by this. Right, that's it. I forgot about the scrim debate, honestly. And we still have the penicillin and the fucking climax reasoning. This is gonna be a 4-hour recording, isn't it? So what are we gonna do about this? You should listen to what Sora has to say. You know she's not the type to do this without any reason. About that, I don't know the reason myself. But we should talk about this more, then maybe we'll get rid of this unnerving feeling. But the culprit has already been exposed. Is there anything left to talk about? Oh, why don't we have a small chat like the friends we are? You know why I agree with that girl? I also felt that something was off, though I didn't notice it until she mentioned it. We've definitely solved all the tricks. The culprit is Kanade Otonokoji. But is that truly all there is to it? It feels like there should be more to this. That kind of feeling. Exactly, Shobai. I felt that too, like we've missed one last thing. Would you stop sharing that just between yourselves and let us in? Sora said she didn't know why she felt like that, but Shobai, do you know the reason why? There are two things I felt suspicious about. First, what happened to the missing abdomen of Setsuka Chiebukuro? Secondly, why did Hibiki Otonokoji help her sister with this whole affair? The missing abdomen and the reason for the cooperation. Let's talk about the first one. I mentioned about the victim's missing abdomen during my theory a while ago, remember? You said it was because of the difference the wound marks would make based on which hand they used. Kanade was left-handed, and to hide the stab wounds, she threw away the torso. Thanks to that info, we were able to suspect her. But where is that abdomen, really? They would have gotten rid of that abdomen as well as some of the intestines. You can drain the flesh bit by bit down the drain, but... That's not the important part. The important part is, was that really the only reason? Since you've so kindly admitted your crime, I want to ask you, did you really get rid of it just for that? Of course, it's what you've deduced, remember? From my inspection, the only lefties here were Iroha and me. If I didn't take care of it, it would have come back later to bite me. I did try to abuse this to frame Iroha, but that plan also failed. How could you? Really? Huh? I'm not the type to brag, but I've got an eye for talent. You, a person with that big of a brain, of all people, wouldn't have done things this sloppily. You say that, but in the end, Kanade did choose this method, right? She herself admitted it. If this was done by spur of the moment, she might have taken this route. But from drugging the bubblehead to rigging the gate records, she definitely planned this way ahead of time. A double-layered trap of framing her own sister as the culprit and as a plan B framing bubblehead. Exactly, that's what I said. And even after she was busted, she calmly pointed out contradictions to the theory of her being the culprit. And that same person forgot about the stab wounds, precipitately used their left hand, and only then took care of it. Might have not known about the difference between the stab wounds beforehand. Have you even been listening? By the looks of her dismemberment skills, she's used to this kind of business. I can guarantee that there's no way that a person of that level didn't know about the stab wounds. But she's the ultimate guitarist! Considering her profession, isn't it unlikely that she would have reached that kind of level? If she really did murder Setsuka, she's probably a Void. The Void is a criminal syndicate, so that might be entirely possible. Shobai does have a point. The fact that she got rid of the abdomen means that she would have known she would be caught by the left-handed stabber. If she knew that, she could have just stabbed Setsuka with her right hand. Why would she have gone through the hassle of getting rid of the evidence? It's just that I only realized it after I stabbed her. As you might have already guessed. The knife used to stab Setsuka was the folding one that is in everyone's room. I stabbed her with my left hand without so much thought, and only then I realized the potential danger of leaving that kind of evidence. I never imagined that there would actually be someone who'd suspect me because of that, but maybe that turned into a reality by you. But that was turned into a reality by you, Shobai. That's all there is to it. You, who planned this whole mindfuck, stabbed her without so much as a thought. Oh, I'm with Shobai on this one. Okay, I know you're hiding something. You would have definitely found another method. Even I can think of many options off the top of my head right now. Using your right hand to create more stab wounds so the stab wounds won't be visible, and repeatedly stabbing her with both of your hands so we won't be able to tell which one was the first blow. Are you really continuing this? Do you know what I hate the most? Repeating useless stuff that's already over. Just execute me already. Wait, Shobai, enough about that. What about the second suspicious thing? The reason the Hibiki cooperated? We really didn't go over this detail during the trial. But why do you think Hibiki Otonokoji cooperated with her sister in the first place? Huh? I don't know. Why did she? Didn't Kanade mention something about the altar? That she believed that sacrificing Setsuka's body would grant her wishes? That's right, the motive video. Kanade said that her video featured her parents, right? She helped kill Setsuka to save her parents, even if it meant she bloodied her own hands. Wait, is that really how it went? Yuki? Even if she believed that concept and put her body on the altar, that definitely is possible, but that's not all she did, right? She disguised herself, rigged the gate records together with Kanade. Isn't that weird? All she had to do to grant her wish was to put each body part on the altar. There was no reason for her to follow the rest of Kanade's plans. You're right. Hibiki wasn't quite herself this morning, granted, but it wasn't like she had lost her mind or anything. Even if seeing Setsuka's dead body made her go mad, this is definitely not normal. Maybe we should think more about this. Maybe we should ask her about this directly. Hibiki? Why were you this cooperative to Kanade's plans? Even if you ask me, I have no memory of this. I don't know. I don't know what's what.
Considering that she's been next to useless in this trial, that would be a waste of time.
The trick wouldn't have worked without Hibiki helping Kanade with everything thought out. Then why did she agree to all of this? If it succeeded, she would have died, and if it failed, her sis would have died. You're right, come to think of it, this is pretty weird. The culprit is only one person. Hibiki doesn't have any benefit by becoming an accomplice. Uh-oh, he realized something. Oh, Shobai? So that's it. That was it. Holy mackerel, this one's got bonkers as well. I've got it. A crazy theory that solves all of our questions. I swear to fucking God, if he says that it's a Vicky, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Really? What is it? I love this game. Hibiki Hoto no Koji, you're also the culprit. The culprit's Kanade, isn't it? Did you even hear what I said? I said also. They're not just accomplices. They're both the true culprit. What? Ah! What are you talking about? That's impossible. There should only be one culprit according to class trial rules. It's against the rules for there to be two of them. Since when did the rules say so? What? Don't believe me? Pull out your handbooks right now and read Rule 6. Hold on a second. Rule 6? If two murders each performed by a different blackened occurs consecutively, only the one committed earlier is acknowledged. The part we need to focus on is the part about consecutive murders. This is considering when there are two different blackened who separately kill two different victims. In the case of two separate blackens targeting one victim, there is no rule specified about it. Wait then, what happens if something like this case happened?
If it isn't a special case like Rule 6, normally the person who last injured a victim while they were still alive becomes the culprit. No.
What do you mean by that?
Put it simply, let's say Ito stabs Teruya with a knife. If I stabbed the dying Teruya before his last breath, I would become the blackened that killed Teruya.
So, okay, no. What I'm thinking is, Hibiki did stab her originally, but Kanade was the second one.
So it becomes a game of who made the last shot.
I see, if there were two separate victims in culprit pairs, the one that took place earlier gets prioritized. But for two killers and one target, the one who made the finishing blow is the culprit. Excuse me, did you really have to use me as an example? That still means that only one person can become the culprit in the end, right? You still don't get it. If the person who makes the finishing blow takes the name of the blackened, then if two people injured the victim at the same time, they both become the culprit, capiche? They didn't outright stab her, they knocked her out and stabbed her together at the same time. You're out of your mind! Even if they stabbed her together, there should have been some time difference between them. If one stabbed her just a bit later than the other, then that person would be the sole culprit. Oh really? Then let's take it to the judge. Yo, bird.
Bird. I prefer to be called a crow.
Well, crows are birds.
That aside, Rule 6, you say. That was put in there just in case two separate murder cases happen in a span of a day.
I just noticed. This chapter 3 does not have two victims. What is going on?
I imagine the troubles you would go through solving two cases in one trial. This is a defense against that. But this case is a bit difficult even for me. If they injure the person at the same time, indeed.
So is it possible or not?
Theoretically, yes, but in reality, it's next to impossible. If a murder occurs anywhere, the high-tech sensors of Utsurushima detect who it lasts down to 0.001 seconds. If anyone was even that little late, they would become the official culprit by the records.
You see, it's impossible. What if they get it down to the same 0.0001 seconds?
We'll measure it down to 0.00001 seconds. What?
And if they do it with... you'll get where this is going. Yo, Shobai, what are you leading up to?
If the time difference was next to 0 according to the record, you're saying. Well, if it was that pinpoint, then I admit it. They both become the blackened.
Fucking bingo. Wait. That's only theoretically possible, remember?
Even if they thought they did it at the same time, there's naturally bound to be some time difference between them. Unless they were machines or something.
Okay, it's right. I mean, I am capable of doing everything right, but for my sister it would be impossible.
Why the sudden passivity? Are you hiding something from us?
What did you say?
It would have been possible for you twins. If my theory is correct, then that was exactly why you couldn't have left the torso be. Of course, I'm not saying this without any basis. The proof that you two can do it without exact timing was ironically provided by Newsy over there. Eh? Me? What do you mean by that? Do you guys remember the interview that Newsy did on the twins back at the second island?
How on earth would we remember such a minor thing?
How rude! My interviews are never something minor. Of course, I always remember every detail of my interviews. I even have it written down. But why do you remember that? That isn't the focus here. Just shut up and listen. If you have it written down, then that's better. We read the part about the secret behind their synergy. Let's see here. So you two have shown us a fantastic performance, especially the unbelievable synergy between you two. What is your secret behind the synergy?
Well, we do practice it day and night, but we aren't like any other twins. We are a 2 as 1.
If we're in beat, we can play within margin of error. Oh my god, she did say that.
Is that right, Kanade? Huh? Oh, yeah.
I see. So the fact that you're twins is a crucial factor. This is a scoop in itself.
He's unstoppable.
Well, as Shin said, we better get going before it gets too late. You gotta be joking. Wait, doesn't this mean... Now you get it? It's not a completely outrageous idea you were dealing with. And they said that comment themselves. Even Kanade and Tonokoji affirmed this fact. For these two, it would have been possible for them to use their special sense of beat to stab. Okay. So they're both the culprit. We're gonna lose the twins. We still lose one more people than normal. Why did Hibiki stab her? Why? Why would she? Even more importantly, how do we vote? Simultaneously, without any error between them.
They really did?
Wait, I feel like that was just an exaggerated playful comment by Hibiki. Logically speaking, this shouldn't be possible for two separate people. This is possible, but this is possible within the bounds of logic, you meathead. Meathead? I met a lot of people around the world working as a trafficker. There were a lot of weird bunches when it came to the twins. Twins? When it came to twins. Twins who had exact same physical abilities. Twins who could reach each other's minds. read. It's about time I met ones that had identical rhythmic senses.
Vicky and Kanade are identical twins, right? They say that identical twins are almost the same down to the genetic level. They usually have the same personality. You know those stories where twins were separated still lived similar lives when they were apart, right?
I see. If this theory were to be true, then that explains the reason they got rid of Setsuka's torso. If they were able to time the stabbing with their rhythmic sense, they must have used their primary hand, the hand that they used when they were playing the instruments. They probably couldn't risk one of them forcefully trying to use the other hand and failing. That would also explain why they couldn't have made additional stab wounds. 28 stab wounds! Until Setsuka was most surely dead, they would have had to leave only the stab wounds that they made simultaneously.
Because it's a system where the person who last injured the body becomes the culprit.
But couldn't they have stabbed her after she was dead? Why would they get rid of the torso when... No, that's impossible. Stab wound made before and after the person's death differs in its appearance. This trial is insane. I've said this many times, but this trial is actually ridiculous. And oh my god. Just so you know, I'm gonna be eating some cookies during climax reasoning. I need food. I've wasted most of my energy thinking about this shit. If they managed to stab her simultaneously on their first try, they would have then have waited for Setsuka to die naturally. That means she died of a shock from blood loss, which would have taken a lot of time. If they created a stab wound after that period of time, the difference between that and the first one would be soon found. Then someone like me would have questioned it, thinking it as suspicious.
How exactly can you distinguish the two?
Go read a book about it in the library, dipshit.
I was just curious, okay? Why you gotta be so mean?
It's starting to lean towards the possibility of them both being the culprit. One more thing, you know what's scary about that girl? During that very interview, that girl clearly showed distress when her sis was giving out info without any thought. And when the first trial started, that girl asked Monocro about the existence of accomplices.
In other words, Kanade Otonokoji was already planning a double blackened murder way back during the first trial.
That can't be! Kanade helped us numerous times during the last few trials.
That was obviously an act I hide her true self. I myself didn't know what I was dealing with until this trial today.
You wanna know what's crazy? Kanade is kind of in my top 3 right now for characters. She's fucking awesome.
In the end, every decisive testimony, one way or another, all started from your damn foolish sister. You could have let the stab wounds be, since only I would have been able to tell the difference. But because you were taking that interview into account, you had to get rid of the abdomen. Identical down to the genetic level, huh? Ironic. You two couldn't have been more different.
Shobai, that feeling of discomfort has vanished with your theory.
Oh, sorry about this. I forgot. I need to place myself in sleep mode, basically. I just got a message. Sorry.
This was it. That Kanade being the culprit wasn't all there was to it. Hang on. If they're both the culprit, then if we didn't listen to Sora and just voted for Kanade...
Whether we voted for only Hibiki or Kanade, we would have been wrong and would have been punished.
So Sora was right in the end. Amazing. How did you think of this?
I did nothing, honestly. Shobai did most of the heavy lifting.
So the two of them did it together. Is that the public opinion right now? I honestly still have my doubts about this, though.
Oh, I agree. As much as I want to trust everyone, we have no evidence of this claim.
Sure, we have no concrete proof. But if this theory were to be true, then we can also explain Hibiki's cooperation. If they both became the Blackened and win, they both get to escape this island. So Hibiki had an incentive to become an accomplice. This is the true ending of this trial. The Otonokoji twins were the true culprits of the case.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, Sora! Do you really think that makes sense, yes?
I was wondering, when were we getting a rebuttal showdown? And it had to be Kanade, of course. I hate this minigame here, by the way. I don't hate, but I think this is my least favorite version of the rebuttal showdown.
I alone was the culprit. You think you're something real special after hearing that disgusting theory from Shobai. I tried to admit my crime and died peacefully, but it seems like I can't even do that without taking a crack at your damn theory. Open your fucking ear holes and listen!
Alright, let's remind ourselves. So we have, yeah, that, and we can... I just need to see how we can switch the truth arrow. A weak arrow. You'll have to weak a refutation arrow, using shift to switch and S to equip it. Okay, right. Alright, let's go. Oh god. Let's shut down this psychopathic killer. And use them to... It's literally the only arrow we haven't used yet. The antibiotics. Oh! I am gonna lose this. Okay, I advanced somehow. Okay. You're the culprit in the double blackened. We lose and you win the trial. Then why are you so desperate about this rebuttal? Oh!
Putting up a tough fight, I have to back down for now.
I need evidence, a clue that's not been used yet. Yeah, I know which one it is, it's just... This is really difficult. Dang it! I'm gonna lose. Yeah, I lost this time. All right, that's fine. And of course this is the hardest rebuttal showdown so far. I mean, I expected it, sort of. I really don't like the mechanics of this one. I feel like they're really clunky. Wait, what was the first one saying? Dude, just calm down. I need to read. I can't read this shit. I legit cannot read. Oh, I did it! Holy shit, Kanade, shut the fuck up! Yeah, that's fine, I don't care. I just wanted that to end. Shut the fuck up, you psychopath.
Proof? You say there's no proof? Obviously it was impossible from the start, a flawed theory. Let me ask Shobai himself. Do you have any proof? Yes? And you claim you say you know something that even Shobai isn't aware of? Of course not. In the end, this was just all a baseless theory. No, I do have proof. What? After hearing what Shobai said, I looked through every evidence I found once more, and there was one single piece of evidence that didn't have a place anywhere in this theory. Yet nobody knew what it was for. The bottle of antibiotics near the pool.
Antibiotics? I don't recall ever seeing that by the pool.
Antibiotics in the pool? That's a pretty weird combination. What was that doing there? We can deduce its use if we combine it with Teria's testimony. Teria, when you testified about the blood packs, didn't you mention another chance in the infirmary?
The infirmary? Oh yeah, the medical kit disappeared for a while and somebody put it back. Are you talking about that?
Medical kit? So was that bottle from that kit?
Well, I checked the inventory of each room and 3 times a day, morning, lunchtime, and evening. The medical kit was definitely there yesterday evening, and that was definitely there yesterday evening. This disappeared when I checked the room this morning. I was gonna tell you guys, but it wasn't like it was a mer weapon. I just assumed somebody needed it as an emergency. Ooh, sorry. Then I saw it sitting there back in its place at lunchtime as if nothing had happened. So that means someone used the medical kit this morning, right? What does this have anything to do with the theory we're dealing? It looks unrelated to me.
As Ria said, a medical kit can't be used to kill someone. And since we're dealing with a murder, a medical kit used to save someone seems far off from the evidence we're looking for. However, I don't think that's the case. This was an insurance used by the culprit to create a double blackened situation.
Insurance?
You said that they used their primary hands to stab Setsuka simultaneously without any error, right? But as Shobai called it out, Kanade is an extreme perfectionist. What if they managed to fail the timing? Oh no, they didn't! They were gonna use... They're gonna use that to heal Setsuka back up for if they failed.
Demon! Demon, I say! She's a demon! Get the fuck away from me, Kanade!
Exactly, Kanade had taken the medical kit with her for that exact reason. Preposterous! How could you know if you had succeeded or not in the first place?
Dude, Monocro exists for a reason, you know.
So they stabbed Setsuka together and called Monocro to check if it could be accepted as a double blackened murder. Is Monocro even allowed to tell them that?
I mean, there is no reason not to. Telling the blackened that they are the blackened should be a problem, right?
That aside, that bottle was decisive evidence. I never saw that during my investigation. Where the hell did you find that?
I just kinda saw it rolling around near the pool. Bullshit! I never even opened the damn thing! There's no way that I dropped the...
Checkmate. What now? Never opened the thing? You should have said that you never even took it, idiot. Now you've admitted it yourself that you took the medical kit. You realize that, right, Kanade Otonokoji?
No, this isn't.
You're making a mistake like that? That wasn't very like you. Was the bottle being on the ground that nonsensical?
That aside, did she just confess it herself? Unbelievable. Even if I had dropped it, I would have heard it dropping considering its side. Or at the very least, I would have noticed the weight decrease from the medical kit. I didn't even leave it to a Biki. I did this part myself just in case stuff like this happened. Unbelievable. Me making a mistake like this? No way, what rotten luck.
It seems like for the first time in this trial, we were able to see you getting truly flustered, Kanade. Well, we don't know the truth if you did not open the medical kit in the end. But if you were this surprised by this accident, then for us, I guess it was truly luck from the heavens. Okay. The fucking theater is off. Where is Utsuro? The fucker's clearly still alive and somewhere very close to this island. In fact, I have a theory. He's on that door where there's no label and it's locked. Utsuro is definitely still around this place. So he survived, somehow. I guess, not somehow. He literally is bullshit incarnate. I guess he just had to wish, I want to live, and hurrah, some miracle. There's the vortex pulling me out of the water.
Kanade, so can I take that as a yes? That both of you and Hibiki murdered Setsuka. Unbelievable. This can't be happening. This doesn't make any sense. This can't be. If you still can't admit it, then I will go over this case from the start. You won't be able to escape this anymore.
Thank you. I know how this works, so I will meet you guys at the end. Once again, thank you, Iroha, and until then. I don't know if it's just because I am so tired. No, it's probably not. In any case, this case was a big mindfuck, and I have some choice words for it when the episode ends. Let's go. Let's go. I have roughly another hour and 20 minutes able to record for today, so it should be enough, right?
Early in the morning, when everyone was still asleep, the culprit was already busy at work. Using the fact that Mikado prepares our breakfast early in advance, they put sleeping drugs in the coffee at Iroha's seat. This was to eliminate any alibi Iroha might have in the afternoon.
Look at her. Dude, sorry. I just really like Setsuka a lot. Like, a lot. You guys have no clue. So, yeah. I just wasn't able to properly process, oh shit, she's dead, until I saw this. And know that I'm never gonna see her again in this game. Until we go do probably, like, the free time events and stuff, and shit like that.
And when the day broke, the case began for real as the culprit called Setsuka out to the pool. Before they headed to the pool, the culprit took large quantities of blood bags and a medical kit from the infirmary. Since it was already gone by the time Teruya checked this morning, this was the only chance they had to take him. When they arrived at the pool, and attacked Setsuka. They didn't quite kill her just yet, but only knocked her unconscious. Immediately after this, the culprit signaled another culprit of this case to the pool. Yes, this was the first time that the two people were both the culprit of one murder.
So who are they voting for? That's the real question.
Here, the first culprit handed their handbook to the other culprit over the gates. This was to manipulate the gate records, a crucial trick used throughout the case. The second culprit entered the pool using the handbook they were given. The in records of the first culprit and Setsuka already existed in the gate record database. So when the second culprit entered through the gates, the result showed an out record for the first culprit. The second culprit was able to enter the pool without using their own handbook and leaving a record. Next, the two stabbed the unconscious Setsuka simultaneously with a knife. Originally, the one who stabbed later would become the real culprit, even if it was a matter of milliseconds. However, our killers had an extreme sense of rhythm with each other enough, to a point where its difference was undetectable. This was because they were twins that had ultimate talents related to rhythm. After confirming the fact that they stabbed her at the same time, the first culprit left the pool. Here, they used Setsuka's handbook to make it seem like there was nobody at the pool according to the record. As she was leaving, she also put up a sign that said, "Pool sanitation time, please do not enter," in front of the pool. This way, no one else would enter the pool while they took care of the body. However, the culprit made a huge mistake here. The medical kit that was prepared as an insurance to heal Setsuka in case they mistimed their stabbing simultaneously. While they were living with a nearly useless medical kit, a bottle of antibiotics dropped from it. We're not sure how the culprit didn't notice this, but we were able to prove the double blackened theory using this evidence. After the culprit left, she re-enters the pool after 3 hours with the tools she needed. The 3 hours were left blank intentionally to frame Iroha in the near future. Okay, I know this is awful, but I want to point out something. Iroha's eye. I was looking at it, and I'm like, even when we found the body, and I'm like, why does it have a target on it? And I still don't know why. So, I'm guessing, I don't know if that's going to be talked about or whatnot, or even if she was a member of Void.
I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see soon. They're gonna talk about Setsuka anyways.
Once they had the tools they needed, they began doing their business for a few hours. And by business, I mean cutting up Setsuka's corpse into multiple pieces. The reason they dismembered her body was to transfer the body to a different place, which I'll get to in a moment. Here, they got rid of the abdomen that had marks that showed two people, one left-handed and one right-handed, had stabbed the body. Once the dismemberment process was over, they cleaned the pool using its tools, and the second culprit disguises the first culprit. They were twins, so a little bit of disguise was enough to make them completely indistinguishable. To correct their body shape, they put Setsuka's two hands into a plastic bag and pinned it on her chest. They needed Setsuka's hands with them to open up the handbook for the tricks they needed to pull off in the future. And by carrying the hands as a disguise, it was like killing two birds with one stone.
Look at Iroha though. Look at her. How does her precious little... How could I ever think a precious little thing like her could commit such a killing? Then again, Kanata was meant to be a wolf in sheep's clothing. Thank God she wasn't, but still. What I'm saying is I can't really trust it.
Because they carried Setsuka's hands with them, they were able to use her handbook freely, just like Emma did. The culprit then sent a message to Iroha using Setsuka's handbook. The message called for her to be in front of the mirror mansion at 6. It was because of this message that Iroha wasn't able to participate with us during the parade. After sending this message, the second culprit leaves the pool whilst being disguised. She puts the sign in front of the pool back inside, and walks her way back to Block A. After arriving at the ghost house, she undisguised herself and entered the ghost house while deliberately getting witnessed by Hiroha. By getting witnessed by Hiroha, the culprit later used this fact to frame Hiroha and make her seem suspicious. However, amidst the rush of changing her disguise, the pins used to hold the plastic bags had dropped on the ground, which were used in this trial as important pieces of evidence against her. Entering the ghost house, the culprit ran up inside to cut the wires to the fuse box to cause a blackout. They also put out the fire in the fireplace, though this was because they needed it to be this way for the other culprit to utilize the chimney later on. The blackout itself was though that others wouldn't notice what happened inside the ghost house.
This has to be the most convoluted killing in the history of Danganronpa. Or well, at least setup, because Setsuka died way before that.
A little later, the second culprit redisguised herself as the first culprit and left the ghost house. She joined the rest of us at the parade. Of course, none of us had even thought that the culprit had disguised into someone else, and so the second culprit was able to watch the parade with us without any suspicion. At that time, the culprit was waiting for the monorail at the Block C station. They had moved the corpse pieces to the station from the pool prior to the second person heading over to the ghost house.
It just dawned on me. I can't use the normal thumbnail for this, huh? Normally for the trial ending episodes, I use the thumbnail of Sora confronting the blackened at the end of this climax freezing, but it's likely gonna have two blackened, so that just spoils the entire chapter. I need to find something else. Maybe Sora not pointing at anybody? Or maybe I wait until only one of the blackened is on screen, if it's possible. We'll see.
While the second culprit was over at the ghost house, the first culprit was busy with her work as well, getting rid of the signpost before leaving the pool, and putting the chess piece inside one of the parade dolls in the Block C storehouse. At 6:10, the monorail heading to Block A arrives, and the first culprit began their process of moving the body.
Yeet!
The method they used was to throw each body piece through the chimney once the monorail gets past the ghost house one by one. This method, while seemingly impossible for anyone else, was done with ease by our culprit. It made it seem like the corpse had teleported inside the ghost house. However, since the ghost house was next to the track that connected Block A and C, she only had 4 chances to throw the body pieces, considering that the monorail is active at every other hour. Jesus Christ, I need to stop. At 7 pieces, even excluding the 2 hands and the chest that she stuffed inside the parade dolls needed to be transferred, she calculated the monorail timetable and went back and forth between Block A and C. Using this method, they had exactly 7 chances to throw the body pieces in 1 hour, and with the culprit's perfect aiming ability, the transferring was done.
Final act.
After all the body pieces had been safely thrown inside the chimney, she leaves empty-handed and headed to the storehouse. The parade was almost over, and chess pieces had been delivered to Block A by then.
I'm really sorry.
Meanwhile, the second culprit and the crew were becoming anxious about Setsuka's absence, and they began a search. Pretending to look for her and heading to the Block A storehouse, the two blackened meet up and switch places. The reason the second culprit disguised in the first place was to create an alibi while the first culprit was busy throwing corpses on the monorail.
So wait, did Hibiki fake all of that?
And since that was finished, there was no reason for the disguise from then on.
I had just finished investigating the ghost house and was leaving without any results. And after confirming that I left, the first culprit signals the second culprit who was still hiding inside the storehouse. The second culprit swiftly enters the ghost house with the chess pieces they hid inside the storehouse. Here she uses Setsuka's handbook, so there would be an ID without an out record at the ghost house. After this, they put all the body pieces, including the 2 hands used for disguise and the pieces used inside the fireplace, on the altar. Once the setting was complete, they moved the folding screen in front of the entrance to create space, and to start the flood the place with blood using the blood packs they prepared. This was to create the illusion that the crime scene was the ghost house and the culprit dismembered the corpse behind the folding screen. They created a huge trail of blood leading up to the altar and spread some on the altar as well for good measure. After all of this was done, the culprit deliberately dropped her hairpin on the altar and sent everyone a message using Setsuka's handbook. The message had to vaguely remind everyone of the ghost house, and was used to call everyone to that place. Then they hid in the space behind the folding screen and waiting for the others to arrive. As we arrived, we followed the trail of blood to the altar, without any suspicion, and ultimately entered the altar, where we found the body of Setsuka. And this was how the 2 culprits managed to move the body and fool everyone. The cruel killers who didn't just murder Setsuka, but cut up her body into pieces. Yes, the culprits who committed this atrocity of a crime. Nope, can't use them. Unlucky. Kanade Otonokoji and Hibiki Otonokoji, the ultimate guitarist and ultimate vocalist. It was you 2. Fucking unbelievable, dude. Fucking unbelievable. What the fuck was that? Sorry. Still going to defend yourself, Kanade? Hibiki, it's the same for you. You might not have memory of it, but the results of this trial shows the fact. The fact that you are also the one who killed Setsuka. No, that can't be. I'm innocent. I couldn't have killed Setsuka. Yeah, this is a dream. This is all a dream. Kanade would never kill someone, let alone me. Wake up, Hibiki Otonokoji. Hibiki.
Hibiki, I'm afraid this is not a dream. Whether you remember it or not, you have committed a murder and lost the class trial. If the answer we've deduced is true, you'll soon be dead.
What? Me? But that's a bit weird. I haven't done anything. Come on, guys, Kanade! Say something to them! You could never actually kill someone, right? Kanade? I think the worst part of this is that Hibiki is gonna die the most ungratifying death in this series. Maybe besides Satsuki, but that's besides... And, well, Kurokawa had her moment. But Hibiki was a pawn used by Kanade, and she's gonna die because of it. Kanade wasn't content to try to kill somebody on her own. She had to drag her sister into this. I'm sorry, that's something I can't overlook. I think Hibiki deserved better. But I understand, I guess, you can't have one of the twins alive. Actually, no, I don't. That would be a perfect opportunity for character development. But nope. Both gonna die. Unfair, Hibiki. That's all I can say. I'm sorry. Don't just stand there, please! Help me like you've always done, like when we were young. Sis, if something bad happened, you were always there for me to take care of it. I'm sorry if I was being harsh to you. I apologize for everything. Just help me. Kanade ultimately lost the trial. Even she can help you in this situation. Oh, yeah. It's so fucking unfair, dude. It is so unfair. That's brutal.
No, Hibiki. The trial is still in session. Please return to your seat immediately.
I need to save my parents. I'm so sick of this place. Let me out! Just let me out!
Biggie. Biggie, calm down. I wonder, does that girl have any mental disorders? What? I've been keeping an eye on her since she was a suspect during the trial. But something's off with that girl. I mean, the younger sis is a crazy bitch for sure, but the older sis isn't far off as far as I can tell.
This is a warning. If you do not return to your seat, you will be severely punished.
Shut up!
Kanade?
It's so adorable. And this is where I'm grossed. I have no way to run, right? If you can't avoid it, enjoy it. It is tragic that my plan has failed. If I get to see my sister's most despairful dying moments while I die, that doesn't seem that bad of a death. You've won. We were the culprits of this case.
How do we vote? I'll take the C, I don't care. This trial was fucking difficult.
That's a lot of C coins.
It's good that you resolved everything, but this silence. Now that you've reached an answer for real this time, it's voting time. I swear, if this gets interrupted again, I'm going to quit this job. Please do. Anyways, vote for the culprit with the switch in front of you. Since the answer you've deduced is a double culprit, which is the first in Danganronpa history. Hell, hey, see, that's what I was gonna ask. Who do we vote for? I've especially prepared a panel marked Otonokoji twins in the voting screen, just for this occasion. If you truly believe that the two of them are the culprit, vote for that panel, capiche? Now, what will that answer be the truth or not? Now. Ugh, dude.
I don't know what to say, guys. I really don't. I really fucking don't. Right, let's do the usual post-trial shenanigans.
Cool. The real culprit who murdered Setsukochi Ebukuro was Hibiki Otonokoji and Kanade Otonokoji. Correct. You've got them both right. So they really...
They're both the culprit.
To be honest, when they stabbed them together, I had a hard time deciding on what to make of it. The class trial is a system by definition that will make that while multiple victims can occur for one case, no two students can be the culprit. However, I replayed the clip countless times and no matter how you'd look at it, they stabbed her simultaneously. Even the computer couldn't detect the time difference. I had no choice but to admit it. In this killing school trip, the rules are absolute, and this case did obey the rules. My most honorable praise for the twins is they found a loophole in the rules and used their talents to pull off a feat truly impossible.
I was confident I would win this trial. Yeah, I noticed. It wasn't in your plans to lose. You would have lost if you had voted for my sis, and that result wouldn't have changed even if you voted me. Whoever you had voted for, I was going to be safe. I even had a backup plan of framing Iroha. For this plan to fail, I truly did not expect this to happen. Luck from the heavens. Utsuro is alive and well somewhere. Most likely. That's like the main thing I take away from this trial, because Sora got some sort of unknown force guiding her hand saying, this is not over. Tell them to stop, you're gonna fucking die. And ever since that happened, the trials shifted a lot more to a luck-based, a luck-orientated thing. Which is why I firmly believe that that's what happened. Utsuro is somewhere around here and pulling the strings out of all of this. I mean, makes sense. But... this is still so fucked. This has been the most fucked case in the entire series by a long shot. Well, not by a long shot. V3's Chapter 3 is also pretty fucked, but... no, I'd say this one is just worse. Seems like I underestimated both Shobai and Sora. She's right, we contributed nothing to this trial. If it wasn't for those two. Honestly, I was mentally prepared for Shobai. I can estimate the threat level of a person immediately at a first glance. And ever since our first encounter, I always have been cautious of you. But Sora, what are you?
I'm... I don't know, man. I'm just as lost as you, Kanade. I made that exact question during chapter 3.
You have nothing special to boot, and you can't even remember your own talent. How is someone like you able to win against someone like me? Sora, what really is your talent?
That's what I want to know.
You.
Twins, answer me! Why in the world did you murder Setsuka?
Okay. What's wrong? I thought you didn't care about whether we died or not. Well, I do have an idea why you're acting like that. What's that supposed to... Forget it. It's not like I'm going to tell you any...
This might be confirmed in the next few chapters, but I think I know. Oh no. If it is like my head is going 200 miles an hour, just thinking different things, and if what I'm thinking is right, Kanade just called somebody's bluff out. Well, not even a bluff. She just called somebody out.
That aside, you ask why we killed Setsuka, yes?
Kanade, I can understand maybe, but Hibiki was very intimate with Setsuka. Why did Hibiki help murder Setsuka? Don't you get it, bro? They're voids, both of them. Yuki, my boy, you're usually one of the voices of reason, but I'm disagreeing with you. The truth is, none of them are voids.
Obviously, that's the only logical reason. It happened last time and the one before. We're trying our best to harmonize and survive, and they're trying to ruin it.
Then the two twins were both voids?
Is that really how it is? Speak up, Hibiki, Kanade!
She's not gonna say shit.
That shit-eating grin, dude! God, I fucking love Kanade!
Are the two twins the voids? Is that again the reason that this murder had to happen? We have 3 void survivors if we include Mikado. If the 2 of them are voids, we now know the identity of all 5 voids.
No, they weren't. And I think I know exactly who the other 2 were. But we'll get to that later.
And just when we were waiting for the twins to answer.
I am terribly sorry to interrupt this, but
Then don't speak another word! Shut up!
I haven't even told you what I was going to say. You're being especially rude to me today, Teruya. Well, I do have some important news. The thing is...
So they're not voids, those 2 twins.
What?
What do you mean? Why are you the one to decide that, you little...
No, he is absolutely right. No surprise there. Like, for several reasons. Mostly storytelling purposes, but like even from a lore perspective, it makes no sense for Kanade to be a void. Hibiki... Alright, sure. Hibiki might have been. I don't know how much she was acting. I genuinely believe she's a good person who's just deeply manipulated by Kanade. That being said, like I said, I have an inkling as to who the last 2 void are. At least one of them. The Yotaro-Koji twins have no relations with house voids.
Huh? But the voids were supposed to murder each...
It seems like you're confused because the previous murders were all committed by us voids. But the voids are simply there for plan B. I've repeated myself countless times. Anyone can become a murderer.
I can tell that at a glance. The voids up until now strictly did things by the rules. They wouldn't dare to do something this vague on whether it's against the rules or not.
And that is exactly why I feel very conflicted about this. Where was my poor void fellow when they were supposed to kill this time?
What? But that means they killed someone when they weren't even a void?
Why? If they weren't a void, what reason was there for them to kill someone? I'll tell you, Kanade is a psychopath.
That's right, Yuki. We've made a mistake in thinking that it was common sense that a void will always be the one to murder one of us. There was a motive for every one of us this time. The motive videos that Mikado gave us.
Oh, hello. Credits background of Danganronpa Another.
That's right, even I had forgotten about it. The blackened of this case gets to not only escape this island if they win, but they also get to know the ending of their motive video. The motive video I saw didn't affect me in any way, but for the others, things were different.
Imagine if Sora somehow became the blackened, and we just saw Utsuro rise from the water. And everybody would be like, yo, why is Yuki there? Yeah, honestly, good thing. It's a good thing. Well, there has to be. Okay, I'm cutting myself off way too much. There has to be safeguards in place so that Sora does not get caught up in this. If what I'm thinking about her is right, all right.
It even came up during the class trial. Hibiki and Kanade said that their parents were in trouble in their motive video. That was their motive for this murder.
Dang it! I should have been more careful. I was so focused on the voice that I forgot about something more important.
Mikado, you! This is all because of you! Forcing us to murder each other with motives or whatever. I'll never forgive you.
Excuse me. It wasn't really like that.
Yeah, no, it happened because Kanade's a psychopath. I said that before. What?
I said I didn't do it necessarily for the stupid videos. My sister could have done it for our parents, but to be honest with you, I couldn't care less about those things. Those things, but they're your family. My sister is the only family I got. And you said it yourself during the trial. I've been planning a double blackened murder ever since I heard about the rules of this class trial. The motivators were distributed just yesterday, so how could those be the motives for our murder?
Then why would you do something as horrible as killing someone?
I don't know where to start. Well, everyone, take a look at Hibiki here. Let's start from there.
What about Hibiki?
Don't you think something's off about her? Hibiki?
Uh-oh.
Hibiki, you're still part of all of this. Speak up.
What is this? Is she alright?
Oh, it's like that, huh? Oh, it's like that? On God? Real shit.
Huh.
The hell? Kanade? Everyone, meet my lifelong project and the motive for this murder. So what do you think?
What nonsense is that?
I can't keep up with all this. Still don't get it? I'll tell you everything one by one. Hibiki, hand. Do a backflip. Hey, that scared me! Say you love me with a smile.
This is not real. This is not real, dude. What am I looking at? What is this? What is this? What is this? What am I seeing? What are these two? I can't even bring myself to read this. What is this? What's going on? Hibiki? Hibiki, wake up! Hibiki!
It's no use. Hibiki and Disei can only listen and react to me. How did you do it? Hypnosis, mind control?
Ah, so that's what you'd meant by that. No wonder the little shit's actions didn't make sense. Show, I do know what's going on. How can I put this? The culprit of this case wasn't Kanade Otonokoji and Hibiki Otonokoji, but more like Kanade Otonokoji and also Kanade Otonokoji. What do you mean? Speak some sense. Why the hell are you always shouting at me? The trial's over, so I'm not gonna give two shits about you. Ask the girl herself.
So, don't you all agree that my precious toy is adorable? What is this, dude? This is so fucked.
Kanade, would you please kindly explain what the fuck is going on here?
It's my pleasure. We two are gonna die anyways, after all. If we're going to talk about this, everything started way back when we were young. We are identical twins, 10 seconds apart from each other. I can't remember if I knew it instinctively when I was born, but I realized something when I was around 3 or 4. that I was better than Hibiki in every way.
Are you talking about your talents?
Everything. Talent, personality, skills, or whatever.
でも
But as I realized that, Hibiki must have also realized that she was the lesser of the two. And ever since she acknowledged that, when we were young, she had been abusive towards me. As I was too young at that age, I didn't object to her actions. And I ended up giving in to her. Then one day, our mother told my sister to play with me for a change. But Hibiki back then loved Shiro so much that she replied she loved Shiro much more than me. Who's that? And those words hurt a lot, especially as a kid. Shiro, who's that?
Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no. No. If you say what I think you're about to say, just shut up and skip the text.
A small, kind, white teacup poodle who was really friendly with people. Even when I was being abused by Hibiki, I still loved Hibiki. I thought of her as family and wanted to get along with her. But when I heard that Hibiki liked some puppy more than me, I felt an uncontrollable wave of jealousy.
I don't need to press A to see where this goes.
As long as Shiro was alive, I was never going to get closer with Hibiki. That was when I decided to get rid of it. Yeah, okay, yeah. Get rid of it? What do you mean by that?
What do you think, Iroha?
What do I mean by that? I literally got rid of it. Next day when I was alone at home.
This girl is not real. This girl's not real. She can't hurt me. This girl's not real. She can't hurt me. This girl's not real. She can't hurt me. She can't hurt me.
She can't hurt me, guys. Guys, she can't hurt me, right?
She can't hurt me. She can't hurt me. She's not behind me right now. She's about to be executed, and she's from a video game anyway. She can't hurt me. She can't. She can't hurt me. She can't hurt me. She can't hurt me. She's not real.
What? You're kidding me, right? As small and wretched that thing was, it was still a creature of life. That meant I had to cover up a lot of things to not get found out, but somehow it all seemed easy. Probably because I was a genius. After a while, poor little sis was frantically searching for Shiro, but alas, she wasn't able to find it. Of course she wasn't able to. What remained of it was probably indistinguishable from slower sludge by then. No. I'm good. Thanks. So you kill your sis's favorite dog to get friendly with her? Like hell that would work! You're out of your mind! I know, as soon as I realized I did something wrong, I did feel a bit guilty. But the reaction Hibiki showed afterwards soon got rid of any afterthoughts I had. Instead of bullying me again for the loss of her puppy as I expected, she started to cry in my arms. Kanade, help me, what should I do? She cried. And that face of hers back then was the face of an angel more precious and adorable than anything I'd ever seen. Since then, Hibiki turned into an extremely passive and weak state whenever she was mentally backed into a corner. And each and every time that happened, she cried to me for help and depended solely on me. That was when I started to train my little Hibiki.
If my house's bar is empty by tonight, don't blame me, blame this bitch. I do not condone drinking, by the way. Irresponsibly, at least.
Train? Unbeknownst to Hibiki, I had schemed multiple mental shocks for her in secret. All high and mighty, abusing her little sis by the day. But in reality, she was being mentally tortured by her own very own sister.
Alright. I'm gonna level with y'all. What the fuck?
Mentally weak, Hibiki in her shocked state cannot even remember what happened afterwards. And now even the innocent ignorance of her abusing her little sis without knowing anything about what happens upstage is so lovely that it drives me insane.
Same Teria.
And that's how I slowly but surely modified Hibiki to my taste ever since I was young.
This girl isn't real. She can't hurt me. She can't hurt me. What is this? Who is she? What is she? She's not human. This girl is not human. She's a demon. She's a demon. What did I just read? What did I just read? What did I just read? Wait, what? So you're basically saying that Setsuko wasn't your first victim? No way! Unbelievable!
Yo, what's your body count?
I don't keep track of everyone I kill. I guess there are...
I've claimed 60 lives. You... I literally don't know what to say, guys. I don't think I've ever been like this. I am looking at the reincarnation of evil. Like, she's evil incarnate. I thought she was a little messed up, a little psychopath, serial killer maybe, yeah, sure. This goes far beyond that. Alright, you win.
I mean, it has come to a point where I just get rid of everyone acquainted with Hibiki. How in the world did you not get arrested for all this? It's either because I was too perfect or because the cops were too stupid. My bet is on both. That's why I told you, this was the first one that I actually failed.
Is that why you killed Setsuka? Because she was friendly with your older sis?
It didn't have to be Setsuka, so long as that person was the most intimate with Hibiki.
Though she did get on my nerves, to be honest.
Anything that could help Hibiki recover from her mental state must be eliminated.
For what reason? Why are you so obsessed with Hibiki?
Reason? How about I ask you a question instead? Do people need a reason to
Love someone. And, okay. So, I've drawn at least 20 lines so far. This is the 21st. I pretty much already suspected this from her trial sprite, but hearing her say it is something different. I don't know what the fuck is going on with me. Dude, Lineage, what possessed you, man? What possessed you to make her? What possessed you to create this creature, this abomination? You're crazy, you're insane!
I can't even hear another word from you. You don't deserve any sympathy whatsoever. Go to hell.
Hold on a minute, Kanade. How does this story relate to Hibiki acting like a puppet right now?
I forgot about that part. I guess it was around that time I made sushi out of our coordinator.
Oh god.
When Hibiki realized that the coordinator she was close with has gone missing, she came to me crying. But something was different. She was bawling like usual, then suddenly her eyes lost focus and she didn't show any human reaction. And when I spoke out to her, she started to do exactly everything I told her to do. No complaints, no reactions, like as if I was controlling a game avatar. That might have been one of the happiest moments of my entire life. Just being controlled by my words.
Oh my god.
Afterwards, whenever a Hibiki mental state took a certain amount of damage, she turned into a puppet like this. It only lasted for a short time the first time around, but in time it lasted longer and longer, until now I can just switch it on and off whenever I order to. From that day onwards, my trailing goal for Hibiki had completely changed. If I previously trained her to only look towards me, now I trained her to be the perfect puppet. My final goal was to make Hibiki my very own puppet all the time, regardless of her mental state. If we had escaped off this island after killing Setsuka and maybe killed one or two more, I could have achieved that dream. What a waste.
I see, so that's why Shobai said the culprit was Kanade and Kanade again. Kanade did this to Hibiki so that her sis could act as her duplicate and commit the ultimate perfect crime. When did it all start? When did Hibiki start acting like this? Was she already this state when we met her this morning?
No, she still retained herself back then. Throughout this killing school trip, I was looking for the perfect opportunity. The point where Hibiki's mentality reached the threshold. And through that motive video of our parents getting attacked, I knew it was time. So I just executed my plan that I had prepared. Plan? Now that I've already been revealed, there's actually one more place that I use the blood packs for.
What?
As you have deduced, I woke up early and called Setsuka to the pool. Then I ambushed her from behind and knocked her out. And then I poured blood all over her unconscious body to make it look like she was dead. Why do such a gross thing?
Because of Hibiki.
Because that was the trigger that would turn Hibiki into a puppet. I immediately called Hibiki off to the pool and made her enter the place using my handbook. Our innocent Hibiki entered the pool and soon witnessed the fake crime scene. How would you react if you had watched the disturbing video of your parents getting attacked the night before, only to see the bloody corpse of your best friend? As a person who controlled her mental state for years, I knew just how much mental damage it took for her to become my little puppet.
Forget villains. Forget anything you know and love and think that's good about this franchise. Forget... Fuck it, forget Junko. Seriously, forget Junko Enoshima. This girl trumps her in every single regard. Junko did it out of boredom. Yeah, sure, she killed a lot of people too. Great, fantastic. Kanade? Kanade is a monster. So in Shobai said the amount of blood used at the ghost house seemed a lot less than the amount of blood packs taken. That was the actual reason why. How could you? Controlling someone as you please, and she's even your family!
How was I supposed to make stupid Hibiki cooperate with the plan if I didn't take control over her? She wasn't going to agree on killing someone in her normal state in the first place. This was all for Hibiki. She didn't want to leave this island after all. But that was all ruined by you people. Does Hibiki know any of this? Of course not! Hibiki loses most of her memories when she regains her sanity. So it would be next to impossible for her to know this. But Hibiki still cared about you and loved you more than anyone. Kanade Otonokoji, as a human being. No! No, not even. She's not. And his family, you really are the worst. Call me whatever you want. People come in different shapes and sizes after all.
That's it! Kanade, you are not a person! You're not a human! Whatever you are, you're not a human!
I didn't really expect you to understand me anyway.
Yo, crazy girl, not that it matters now, but let me ask you a question. You admitted to your crimes towards the end of the trial, right? Wouldn't someone as smart as you've been able to find another way out back then? No, what nonsense is he on about? Feels a bit weird, like we didn't win for real, like she gave it to us. I wouldn't have been able to guess the double blackened part without albino girl. And you might still had a shot at winning the trial.
I'd rather keep my dignity than struggle till I went down ugly. When the double blackened murder had surfaced, it was already game over for me. Moreover, I wanted to see Hibiki despair.
Oh yeah, and she has a despair fetish too. Yeah, she's definitely worse than Junko.
Despair. I honestly didn't have any regrets with my life. I already played with my sister to my heart's content. Of course, escaping this island, being together with a completely puppetified Hibiki does sound tempting. But nothing beats my desire to watch Hibiki's face full of despair.
Oh, yeah, no, nope. She's not void, but she might as well be.
What that she'll take to her deathbed.
Her face is too predictable. Are there people who simp for her? I did at the start of the Let's Play, but that's because I didn't know who she was. There's crazies for everybody, for everything, I guess.
Just imagining what my poor sis will look like when she comes to the realization of what's coming for her.
Oh my god. Yo, albino.
Talking to me?
Do something about this, will ya? This girl is too crazy for even me to handle. I'm good at stuff like this, right?
What do you mean by... But when I looked around, everyone was silently looking away from Kanade. And rightfully so. Her story seemed out of the world even for me. A story from a fantasy world, one that was too insane for us to even comprehend. A degenerate who makes you want to throw up just as from the fact that you're breathing the same air as her. That was the true identity of Kanade Otonokoji, a person whom we once thought as our friend, as our classmate. But the worst thing was that she wasn't even done just yet.
I guess then. Now we can proceed to our finale.
Huh? Oh, wait just a moment, Monocro. I forgot to mention, I found this while rummaging through her pockets.
Would you care to explain what that is?
This is a note that I find inside Setsuka's pockets when I killed her. I was so busy that I didn't have time to read the details, but the fact that she had it on her body probably means that it contained an important message for us, right?
Setsuka, read it now!
Hold on. This? My, what does it say? Well. Wow, do I feel bad for you guys?
Would you just tell us already?
Ricardo, are you sure you'll be alright?
What, I'm not following you.
Well, it's just that it's... Wow, you guys have a tough road ahead as well.
Kanade, what does the note say?
This is a will written by Setsuka.
A will from Setsuka?
It seems like in case she was skilled, she kept track of all the information she learned. Information? I don't recall Setsuka ever telling us about that.
Must have discovered something. I don't know why she didn't tell us sooner, but she must have found something big. Come to think of it, she was acting weird ever since we've arrived on the third island.
You're right, she did talk like something was up back when the motive was revealed as well. My, this is really big news. She kept this to herself.
So what does it say? Just tell us!
She's not gonna tell us. I'm so sorry for this, but... I'll be taking this as keepsies to my grave.
No, Setsuka's will! Put it out, the info, bro! We're too late, a note as small as that burns out in a matter of seconds. You... What the hell do you think you're doing?
This note contains incredible information. Amazing scoops that could be really damaging for Mikado. But what does that have to do with me? I'm about to die after all. I'll leave this and everything up to you. Were you expecting a silly dramatic ending like that? Unfortunately, I'm not that good of a person. Rather, I despise each and every one of you. You ruined my perfect plans of escaping this island with a Mickey. Yes, this is my petty revenge for losing the class trial. An adorable tantrum by me, if you will. I see how it is.
No, we turn into ash. Oh god, no, please!
You're being awfully persistent, Nikkei. Boy, do I wonder why you're acting like that.
You little!
Yuriko, calm down. Violence is against the rules. Now I can finally die without any regrets. Let's go, Monocro. I'm sure you have prepared a wonderful epinic execution for Hibiki and I.
No, hold on. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but there's still some things left to do. Have you all forgotten? The Blackened of this case have the right to know the ending of their motive regardless of the results. The execution comes after that.
Honestly, I couldn't care any less. Let's just get to the good part and start the execution.
You may feel that way, but Hibiki begs to differ, don't you think? This class trial acknowledges both of you as Blackened. So obviously she has the right to see her videos ending. Coincidentally, you two have the same motivator, so I'll just have to play one.
I see, poor sis. I guess it wouldn't hurt to let her know what happened to her parents before her death. Sis, wake up. Come on, look up and focus your eyes on me. You're returning to your own self again. Now. Kanade? Is this the trial ground start? Sis, we're going to be executed, but before that, they're going to let us see the ending of our motive video as a price for being the blackened. Come on, why don't we watch it before we die? Die me? Don't you remember? You and I killed Setsuka and lost the class trial. Unfair! Hibiki is an unfair victim.
Hibiki, come on, don't cry. You're not a baby now, are you? No, come on, look at the screen. As procedure, it is required that you watch this video. Wait, why am I the one consoling her?
Sis, aren't you curious about who really attacked Mom and Dad? At least we get the chance to know who did it. Or would you rather just die without knowing what happened?
She doesn't seem like she's fine, so let's start the video. Alright, let's see what we got.
Don't kill me.
Why do I have a really bad feeling about this?
Huge screens over our heads showed a video of a couple looking to be around their mid-40s or 50s getting stabbed repeatedly by someone. The man seemed like he was already dead, with blood spewing out of his throat like a fountain, falling out as she pleaded for her life. So we get the chance to know who did it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
This video is first-person perspective recording from the very person who murdered the Otonokoji's parents. Being recorded on a cheap camcorder, the quality isn't quite something to write home about, but...
I can't watch any longer. This is too horrible. Monochrome Mikado. Who really are you guys? How did you get the footage of the twins' parents getting murdered? Not just that, even the motive videos. How did you get our hands on those?
Oh, do I really need to answer that?
Wait a minute.
Now for the climax, the identity of the assailant will now be revealed. I'm sure you're more curious than ever, dear Kanata and Hibiki. So let's find out who done it. I have a really bad feeling about this.
Phew. The person after murdering the couple was breathing heavily as they looked around, as if they were looking for something. The video wandered from place to place until it stopped at a full-body mirror at the corner of the dark room. And in that mirror, the reflection showed who the mystery assailant was. I fucking knew it, dude. How did I know? How did I know? It's hot in here. The person in the mirror, the person who savagely murdered Hibiki and Kanade's parents, was none other than Kanade herself.
What? Kanade?
What's going on? You even killed your own parents. You're kidding me, right? Kanade, tell me this is not true. It was you killed Mom and Dad? How? I trusted you all this time, so then what's this? Mikado, would you care to explain this video? I never murdered my parents. Sure, that is definitely our house, but I never did such a thing. Granted, I did plan to murder my parents eventually as a finale to my Hibiki puppet plan, but I decided now it was too early.
I don't know the exact details, as Monocro is the one who's controlling most of this killing school trip, but I can say for sure that this video and the videos that everyone receives are certainly not made up in any way, shape, or form. I swear it's true on my magician's oath.
Nobody gives a shit about your oath, so that doesn't sound too convincing.
I get that you're angry, but stepping on my pride like that.
Wait a minute.
Wait, what? She realized something.
So that's it! So that's how it was all along! Amazing! I never would have guessed! What a twist! What's up with her? Wow, what a shame! For real, what a shame! You got to see the aftermath of this after getting to know such a big secret!
And that's where the video ends. It seems like you realized something, Kanade.
Oh, don't you worry. I won't spoil anything for the rest of you. Hibiki and I will take this secret to our graves.
Students, I know this isn't the time to interrupt, but it's already past midnight. The trial is almost over. You all need to get a good night's sleep for tomorrow, right? I like how Kanade essentially solved the entirety of the game before dying, and she's not gonna say anything to us.
Come on, sis, it's finally time for the finale. Show me, sis, your most despairful last moments of your entire life. No, don't you come any closer, you monster. I don't want to die. Why should I be the one to go? I didn't do anything wrong.
She's right. And unfortunately, it won't serve her anything. No, I have a very, very special punishment. For the ultimate vocalist, Hibiki Otonokoji, and the ultimate guitarist, Kanade Otonokoji.
Hibiki! Get away from me! Somebody help me!
For this case, since there were two blackened, we're going to have the same execution for the both of you.
Sora, help me to get Yuki, Shinji, Yoriko, just anyone save me!
Now, let's do this. It's punishment time. I'm not ready for this. I'm really not ready for this.
Fuck, dude! Pinky. That execution was awful. In every sense of the word.
No. God. Let's just keep going. That girl died laughing. She really is one scary girl.
Vicky and Kanade were the third class trial, the third execution, and so another two have left us. Even though the execution had ended, nobody spoke a word. Perhaps it was because Kanade rattled us until her very last moment. Maybe after three people repeated defeats by the despair that is reality, we had lost even the strength to open our mouths. But to me, as of now, I had no way of knowing. Yomai, where are you going?
Back! Well, we're finished, right? We're free to leave now. And don't speak to me. Back then was only because we had a mutual goal that was a class trial. Now that that's over, don't bother me again, capiche?
Dang it. Kanade was a human degenerate that deserved to die. But Hibiki! What Kanade said was true, that Hibiki was merely used in this case by Kanade. I should have done something, anything! So that this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Damn it! Damn it! Anike.
Kanade, what a person she was. Now that's a person who I call worthy of being a void. I really do hope that the other remaining two learn a thing or two from her. I honestly don't have the strength to yell at you. Just leave us be. Oh dear, did I hurt your feelings? Well, I'm terribly sorry. But yes, as Monocro said, it had become terribly late. And Shinji, you're right. We should all go take a rest. If you ask me, I don't feel quite good about this as well, though for a different reason. Well then, if you excuse me.
Let's think positive, everyone. Terry's right.
Iroha. It's impossible.
Better off not having someone like Kanade among us. I mean, really, living together with a crone like that? No, thank you. Vicky, well, she was pretty unlucky to have someone like Kanade as her family. I thought you liked Kanade, Iroha? That you depended on her for class trials? That was before I knew she was a total maniac. No worries, we have Sora and Shobai on our side, and all we have to do is prevent any murders from now on.
No.
So please, let's all smile.
You think this is funny?
What?
Did you get what kind of situation we're in? There was a murder, and we've pulled through all that shit doing the class trial when the culprit wasn't even a void. We didn't get to know what Setsuka investigated. There are still 3 voids left. There were 16 of us when we started. Now there's 9 of us left. Almost half of us are gone. And you're saying that we should think positively?
You don't have to say it like that. I just want everyone to feel better.
Like hell we would. We have literally no hope at all now. Please don't take it out on Hiroha and calm down. We all feel the same. Bro? What? You said that you wouldn't let anyone die from now on, right? Well, now there's 3 more dead bodies to add to the count. Try harder next time, will ya?
Yuki! Why is he like that? Why is everyone bullying me?
Would it kill you? Would it kill for you to read the mood for once?
What? I'm sorry.
Shinji, why did you let Yuki act like that? Because he's right in every way. I didn't keep my promise. No wonder he's acting like that. I'm such a loser!
Sora, why are things turning out this way? What did we do to deserve all this? I'm just so tired.
No.
Don't worry, guys. Teruya? I'll find a way out. I'm an executive at the Kisaragi Foundation, damn it. The Foundation, no matter what, never lets the spirit get away with things. I will protect you, at whatever it may cost. Whatever it may cost. After Teruya left, those of us remaining one by one managed to drag our bodies out of the trial grounds. Yoroko, who couldn't stop her tears. Hiroha, who looked somewhat nervous. Shinji, you looked to be deep in thought. No one spoke a word in the elevator back to the monastery. This was a class trial more tiresome than ever. Yeah, you can say that again. And it looked like it was going to get only harder from now on. What were we supposed to do? I might take tomorrow off. Nah, just kidding. Probably not. The thing I did when I arrived at my room was to throw myself onto the bed. I didn't have the strength or the urge to wash myself or change clothes. Perhaps I just wanted to escape from this reality. I was almost at the breaking point. I was only trying to act patient for the others who were in despair. I also wanted to cry my heart out like Yoroko. It felt painful. Yoroko's words just now rang inside my head. Why are these things happening to us? Did we do something wrong? Is this a punishment to atone for our sins? Alright. End of chapter. Cutscene, as usual. I had no idea. For now, my tiresome body had given up on sleeping, and I decided to give in to this wave of sleep. Let's see what we get. Huh? What is this?
Are you there?
Over here. Oh! Why are you so startled? Do you have something to confess?
Kato, what's up? Why did you call me so late at night?
What's up? What is up? I'll tell you what is up, it's you stupid little brat! Iroha, Nijue. Are you even aware of the fact that you're a void?
What?
I'm seriously gonna fucking lose it. Slowly but surely, I'm gonna fucking lose it. This is ridiculous. There's no way Iroha is a void. No way, no. I'm gonna lose it.
It was your turn last time. Emma stealing your spot, that I can understand. The corrections were made in the end, after all. But if you ruin everything one time, you're supposed to make it up the next time. There were supposed to be 2 victims in this case. A double murder, you hear me? He's trying to play this by the Danganronpa rules. But clearly he's not going as he planned. Let's talk about what actually happened. Let's see, the cases weren't similar, and to top it off, 2 blackens? How are you going to take responsibility for all this, Well, when I found Setsuka's corpse, I thought to myself, well, it seems like Iroha's finally pulling her own weight. I even marveled at your wits when the trial panned out as if you were the murderer. What the hell is this outcome? I honestly couldn't have ruined these things this badly even if I tried. Tell me, what did you accomplish on this island?
Well, I was gonna do something, but Kanade acted too quickly that I
don't want to hear excuses, you useless trash. I even gave you a tidbit before the motive reveal. You probably weren't even paying attention, were you? Are you making fun of me? Answer me. Why, who do you think I included someone as useless as you on our team? I told you before, you're just here to fill up the numbers. You're just here for the ride, so don't worry. But even so, shouldn't you at least do what you promised to do? This plan fails, and your life is going down the drain as well. So, you're planning to go kamikaze on all of us?
Wait, but it wasn't my turn originally, and I didn't even have time to discuss the plans. So how was I supposed to do anything on my own?
Use his powers, for God's sake. You saw the class trial, didn't you? The outcome is already decided. He is 100% talking about Utsuro. You just have to have the will for it. And you're trying to make excuses when you haven't even done that much.
But...
Very well, as much as I'm disappointed in you, things didn't completely go south. It's still not too late, so I'm giving you another chance. Think of it as an act of mercy. For I am very forgiving. Next island. You're in charge of the murder there. So, we already know Hiroha's not gonna be the blackened of Chapter 4.
What? But...
Relax, there's nothing to worry. Everything will go as planned under his protection. You just gotta wish for it.
But the next island, it's that person's turn, so I think I'll just...
That person? You really think they're still on our side? Just how stupid can you get? Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. And with that, I'm pretty sure I know all of the void.
What do you mean?
That damn brat betrayed us long ago. Didn't you notice something was off ever since we arrived on this island? Trying to ruin everything. I've already noticed it, and I'm wondering what punishment I should give out. I'm not doing this to you without any reason. Believe me, if that person was on our side, of course I'll ditch you and leave everything to them. Stats-wise, they are far superior to an idiot like you. So it's just me and you. Now you get why things are getting serious? If you've understood, then follow my orders. If you do so, you, me, and every one of us will regain happiness. Well then, I have expectations for your marvelous mother case. Don't let me down.
But I...
What's the matter? Wait, don't tell me. You wouldn't dare think of backstabbing me like that brat, would you?
No, I would never.
Let's do it. It isn't that hard. You'll only have to wait just a bit longer. After all, the day of his resurrection is almost here. Oh? Is that right? Is that right, Mikado? Now, this is the end of our conversation. If we linger any longer, someone like Shobai is bound to find us, so you should head back. Wait, is that why Yuki's here? So Shobai, I already knew he was in a void, but whatever. If I were you, I wouldn't dare think of betraying us for your own good. Iroha. Iroha's a void. Yep. Two-punch combo lineage, huh? First Hibiki dies and now Iroha's a void? Well, fuck you too then. The girl who looked in the evil abyss.
Danganronpa.
she is. Ichiwe Iroha. Lineage wouldn't show us this without a reason.
We got the 8th note hairpin, and we got the 16th note hairpin.
I don't have the energy to keep going. That is all for now, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like today's episodes, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you're new to the channel. And if you want to be notified of future uploads like this one, hit the little bell. You know what to do. Also, if you want to join my Discord server or follow me on Twitch for more constant updates, a link to both is in the description below. I'm done. I am officially done. Take care. Until next time. Peace.